kaleidoscopes etched with crayons and felt pens are shining in the sunlight of a world that's monochrome, and as each colour pales and the rainbows bleach away, remember, millions of children painted rainbows to brighten darker days. Hello there, my name's Gakko and I am a showman, largely outdoors actually. In the summer months you'll find me and my cart, Dolly, this is Dolly, and Dolly is my cart, and she's loaded with stories and instruments. And I push my cart around and I find people at a festival, sat on the grass maybe, having a picnic, drinking tea or drinking beer. And I roll along and I stop and I tell them a story or I sing them a song, usually with my guitar. But of course today, at the moment, we're all in lockdown on account of COVID-19 or coronavirus. So I can't even get my Dolly through the door into the house. So what do we do? Well, I've been at home and I've been learning. I've been trying to learn some new stories, some new routines, and also some new instruments. And I've got here a piano, and I've been learning to play the piano, and I've been writing songs. And I'm going to perform for you one of my songs, and the song itself is called Rainbows, and the song is not about physical rainbows we see outside on a lovely hot rainy day. It's actually about the rainbows that the children have painted with their crayons and their felt pens. And they've taken those drawings of rainbows and placed them in their windows. And the idea being that people passing by will see those rainbows in these very tricky times and be uplifted by them. And they've certainly done their job. Millions of children en masse have painted these beautiful designs and placed them in the window for us all to enjoy. And the summer's coming now, and those rainbows, the colours in them, are being bleached and they're starting to fade as we get closer to being free. But that doesn't matter really. It doesn't matter that they're fading and all that. The children's work will eventually disappear because we'll eventually be free and we'll eventually be outdoors once more to sing our songs and tell our stories and get together in the sun. But at the time when we were locked away, those rainbows really mattered. And so it doesn't matter that they're fading now, they've done their job. And this song is called Rainbows, and it celebrates, and it's a thank you to all those millions of children around the country that brightened our day with their wonderful works of art. I hope you enjoy the song, and I'll try and get the chords right. So thank you, Spot on Lancs. Here we go. Seasons turn around, we're housebound, and I've got itchy feet. Spring has sprung and gone, here's the summer sun, the air tastes sweet. The flower beds are bursting into bloom, a festival of colour and perfume. And though I view them through my window pane, I know that I will see them live again. Until then, thank you for the rainbows in your windows, that splash of vivid colour from your homes. Kaleidoscopes etched with crayons and felt pens are shining in the sunlight of a world that's monochrome, and as rainbows to brighten darker days. And as each colour pales and the rainbows bleach away, remember, millions of children painted rainbows to brighten darker days, to brighten darker days. Music, words and art soothe aching hearts, that much is true. And the paintings that you share go up everywhere and help to pull us through. So sharpen up your pencils and compose. Keep creating, make your colours bold. It's people matter, not that pot of gold. Oh, each and every one you painted was much appreciated. So thank you for the rainbows in your windows, that splash of vivid colour from your homes. Kaleidoscopes etched with crayons and felt pens are shining in the sunlight of a world that's monochrome. And as each colour pales and the rainbows bleach away, remember, millions of children painted rainbows to brighten darker days. And as each colour pales and the rainbows bleach away, remember, millions of children painted rainbows to brighten darker days, to brighten darker days. The streets are rather bare, everywhere deserted and devoid. And people passing by raise a smile, essentially employed. The nurses and the bin men on their way are uplifted by the arches that you made. That carnival of colour you displayed. Oh, each and every one you painted was much appreciated. So thank you for the rainbows in your windows, that splash of vivid colour from your homes. Kaleidoscopes etched with crayons and felt pens are shining in the sunlight of a world that's monochrome. And as each colour pales and the rainbows bleach away, remember, millions of children painted rainbows to brighten darker days. And as each colour pales and the rainbows bleach away,